What's up, y'all? It's Bethany and Dave here.
Hi, everybody.
And this video is a little bit overdue. We were supposed to post this last week, but, well, I, scheduled two things at one time, so...
Can I just be honest, though?
What?
So before we started filming, she said that as long as I sit up straight, then things will be good. But I feel like with this mattress, I'm going progressively down, lower and lower into the mattress. So that's how I feel right now.
It'll be fine. This is not... So, we normally film, not we, but, Kristen and I film videos at Kristen's house, with our camera and our mic and everything. And so, we were thinking of doing, a car conversation style. And that's when I double booked, and we couldn't do it because obviously Davey can't be in the car.
What was so important during when we would have had a...
Davey had a pediatrician appointment for child's health.
Wow, that's about as important as it gets.
So, anyways, we did a podcast last week. I don't even remember what it was called. Oh, we were sharing our whole story. And our love story and I don't know, sharing advice and whatever. So I'll link it below. You can listen to that. It was really great, and you were kind of the star of that.
Well, I like to think so.
You quoted Shakespeare at the end. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
Let's just get through the material here. We're gonna share 5 tips to thrive in your first year of marriage. These are our ideas on what it really takes to have a first year that sings. This is what we should have done our first year.
Hey, we did a lot of these.
Yeah. Yes. All right. The first thing is to forgive quick, which basically is another way of saying being quick to forgive, which is another way of saying when your spouse does something that you don't like, be gracious and speedy in your actions of forgiveness.
I find that this has been super helpful, though. We talked about this in our first year of marriage. We're going on year 3 of marriage, and I feel like forgiving quick is not letting those things linger and just I'm gonna hold a little grudge.
Do you forgive though? I mean, what if the other person does apologize?
Well, I think
or isn't sorry.
Bringing it up and communicating about it and forgiving them for how they've sinned against you, and choosing to be Lord, you deal with him now.
Oh. So can you really say that you've forgiven someone if you're going, Lord, deal with him now?
But not to get
moving on to maybe the second one.
Just the basics, forgiving quick. Don't you think that's been beneficial?
Yes. I mean, it really goes with the second point, which is believing the best. I kind of like to put those two together.
Yeah.
Believing the best is kind of she can have an action, and I can have a number of optional interpretations of that action and what they might mean about her love or lack thereof for me. And I get to choose what to focus on. If you want to focus on the worst case, scenario as far as her motivations towards me, it may be true that she's just got selfish motives towards me, or in the reverse case that I have selfish motives towards her. That actually is very likely. But if we treat each other that way, it actually can create this cycle of unhealthiness. We're both just sort of living into each other's low expectations and then perpetuating that by just confirming our low expectations of the other. And then
I feel like love and respect, in a way, talks about this.
I think he calls it the crazy cycle of love and respect. Where you can kind of get into this mode where you're just perpetuating bad things.
Yeah.
So believing the best and forgiving quick are actions that we can take.
Totally.
In our minds.
Yeah, and
so
it's
forgiving those both happen inside. Those aren't really. I mean, you might have actions that sort of materialize as a result of that, but these first and foremost, they happen in the area of the mindset.
Yeah, you're a lot better at these than I am.
Well,
and the first two, the reason that I really love these is because they're not dependent on the other person doing them in order for you to do them. These are something you can do independently. Yeah. Obviously, primarily it's women watching Girl Defined, and so thinking of your future husband or your husband now, it's you can forgive quick and believe the best, and you don't have to announce it to him I'm going to now forgive quick and believe the best. It's you can just start doing that. And I truly believe your relationship will change for the better, just because of that.
And that's not to say like enabling someone to be in sin or enabling someone to have destructive behavior and just be like, well, I'm just believing the best. I'm just believing it's all okay. Well, you're not being gullible. Yeah. It's not the same as being like gullible and or enabling and being naive about it.
I think that ties in perfectly with point number 3, which is basically have mentors and seek wisdom, because there are complicated situations and there are things where it's like, oh, we don't know how to deal with this, or we don't know how to think about this, or like when kids enter the picture, like obviously when Davey Jr. entered the picture, life got complicated in ways we weren't even expecting, and so having like a really solid mentor couple in your life, or having like a godly man and a godly woman you can both talk to, like people that are married, and just people you can seek wisdom from, is so helpful. I mean, I know we both have people in our lives that have either been married for a long time or like are just a few years ahead of us that we really trust, we really admire, and we know we can talk to them about anything, and we both have really good friends that have been married for several years, and it's just amazing, like just being able to share to the same gender, like, hey, woman to woman or man to man, being able to share, not for like a big complain fest, but like, hey, here's what's going on, what's your perspective? Because sometimes we can get all up in our own perspective, and they can offer like, hey, maybe y'all should really go get serious counseling, or you really need, this is like really serious. They can help you know like how serious it is, how not serious it is. So I think forgiving quick, believing the best, and then having mentors and seeking wisdom, those 3, like I think if most marriages in the first year just even did those 3 things, it would be like transformative,
Yeah. Something that kind of connects to that is actually the 4th point, which is getting involved in a healthy church community. So, I mean, I think ideally church communities are full of prospective mentors and people that are further along the road. And with that, that's just, it's nice to be able to not be the only one assessing your situation, or the only one even interpreting your own heart and thoughts, being able to share and then have people that you trust and that you love and that love you and that know your spouse, that are able to speak into your life and say, hey, have you thought of it from this perspective? It's not the case that we just automatically see things from every possible angle. Sometimes we get caught in our own sort of narrow, vision. So I think that it's cool to have the multiplicity of perspectives from people that are, again, healthy church community. Not every church community is going to be, one that you feel facilitates that, but in an ideal setting, and that's something we want to strive for, and we want to strive to be involved in.
Yeah, and we're really blessed to have an amazing church, super like sound biblically, great community.
I can't take it for granted. Not everybody feels like they have that, so I don't want to, I don't make it, it's not the easiest things sometimes to find that sort of setting.
Totally, yeah. And I mean, for us, we were both part of like the singles group at our church, and when we got married, obviously they kick you out, and we're part of like a brand new marrieds group with like a lot of people we didn't know, and it is hard, like having to make those choices to get involved and to like push through, even when you're like, oh, this is hard, because we're like getting to know new people, and like it's totally different than the group we were part of before, but it's super worth it, because it forces you to get out of your comfort zone, to invest in others, to see other marriages, to hear things from a different perspective, and then just to be in church on a regular basis. When you are in a healthy church, it's like, man, like getting that regular Bible teaching and worship, it's just like so beneficial as a couple,
Yeah.
All right,
100%.
Bringing it home.
To point number home.
Point number, this was actually your point. You brought this one up.
Hi. This point is called point number 5. Enjoy time together. So, do you want to?
I love time with you.
And you. Do you want to say a word?
That was a word. I actually, when you brought this up, I loved it so much, because this is something, it's like the best, I mean, it sounds silly, because when you're dating, oftentimes, like I'm not speaking about everyone, and we're really generically speaking to relationships and marriages that are striving to honor God and like striving to be a healthy marriage. If you are not in a healthy marriage, like you probably need to like seek counsel like immediately.
Counseling.
Get counseling
I'm
immediately.
A fan.
We're talking about counseling. Like marriage, healthy relationships on both people are wanting to do the right thing. So enjoying time together, like dating, I don't know, that seems like what it's all about, like just enjoying time, getting to know each other, like going on dates, and then you get married.
I thought it was about figuring out whether or not you should be married intentionally. That's what I thought.
Bitter.
That's what I thought it was about.
Bold, you know. But then when you get married, sometimes that intentionality of like, let's try to have it fun together and enjoy time together can kind of, I don't know, like be so easy to just like disappear. Just like it's harder to focus on just enjoying time together. And so I feel like, you know, we have to actually be intentional about that. Like, okay, what are things we enjoy together? What are, like, how can we, you know, like, just, I mean, it sounds so silly and stupid, but like today I was like, you know, I want to get out and I want to do something, but like, I don't really want to. So we just grabbed Davey and we went to dinner and we drove and it was a fun restaurant. And you don't always have to do things that cost money, but just like we decided, okay, let's just get out of the house so that we don't get in this groove of just like, okay, get in the routine. Then Davey goes down and then, you know, into the evening. It's like, it kind of broke up that like groove and it, I don't know, it made the evening more fun.
I mean, maybe, so why wouldn't we do that? Is it the effort? Is it the fact like, get them in the car, drive.
Totally.
Get them out of the car, put them in the high chair, order.
So like, or just things like, you know, we try to, like, ways we try to enjoy time together. We try to find little activities we like to do together.
I have to intro.
Oh.
Things we like to do together.
How do you say it?
Sudoku,
whatever. We both enjoy doing that. We try to find, like, I'm not super into movies or TV shows. It's just not my thing on like a generic level, but he enjoys them a lot more than me. So we try to find like, a TV show or movie.
I enjoy TV shows just in general more than you?
Movies. I don't know.
I enjoy movies you don't enjoy. I think that's what, I guess in general, I mean, if it's the right movie, I feel like you enjoy it. If it's the right movie or the right TV show, I think you can actually be more motivated than me to watch it. Don't you feel like that's...
But the point of this is to enjoy time together. Or like, okay.
I don't mean to give you too many mixed messages here on what
or, you know, like, for me it can be like, making a fun dinner at home. Sometimes we'll do like a random, like, we've done like where we will, you know, like set up like a whole little like date night in our living room and then we'll have dinner or we'll, you know, just like random things or going on hikes. We both enjoy that. So finding things that you both enjoy and just making the effort to do that.
Yeah, my friend we were together and he was saying it's really important to find things to do that you both enjoy. And so he was saying, you know, giving example of something that we both like to do. And there's
it was a hair. I thought it was like a roach.
Oh.
Sorry,
that was probably my fault.
Sorry, keep going. You're so good.
Oh, all I was saying is oftentimes it's easy, especially if one person in the relationship is more extroverted or more kind of imposing with their expectations, opinions, to kind of just always sort of meld into whatever they want to do. And that can be easy. And I think on both sides, it's really important to find those things that are mutually enjoyable.
Totally.
You know, we both do like doing Sudoku on it. It's kind of really random, but we like, you know, just sitting there and staring at this page for a while. And I think that's a 6.
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, then that means that's a 3. Okay.
It's fun.
So that's one thing we found that we like to do together. Is there maybe to right before we wrap it up, is there like maybe one more thing you can think of that we like to both do together?
Yeah, we love to we love.
There was a show or two we saw.
Yeah, well, and we love hanging out at coffee shops together when we can.
Yeah.
We love to. I think we love to like hang out with friends. Like, you know, like if it's like a couple we both get along with really well, or my family lives in town, we like going over to my family's house. I mean, we both, if it's the right kind of little adventure, like, a new place, a new spot, you know, I think we both like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, simple things. We're not talking like dramatic stuff. It's like super simple, basic things, you know, outside of like just, you know, I don't know, being home.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Any final words before I land the plane here?
I mean, one thing that I remember from one of those other podcasts we did was somebody said to relax or to take it easy or something like that. Just like it's not.
Take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. Was that it? Yeah. It's something about relaxing and not pressuring yourself to be a perfect person. That's probably.
Like to have a perfect marriage, just like enjoy.
Probably tack that on any message or video. And don't force yourself to be a perfect person because it won't work.
I mean, that's kind of like the gospel and all.
Oh, the gospel.
For another day, another video for another day. Right. Thank you so much for being on today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
It was an honor, sir.
And also with you. And also with you.
All right.